And again, a very happy Monday. I'm sitting here trying to decide, should I post this today, tomorrow, Wednesday? You know what? Wednesday, there might not be a video, but there probably will be because I'm putting all the content that came up over the weekend in these 3 videos. One of them is already for tomorrow. So we're going to make this one for today. Hello. Hopefully this will help you on your Monday. Nothing like having a whole video about Sam and some of the guys. We're going to do some Claire right now. Caitriona, big time. But we're going to do some Claire starting off with a big spoiler stuff. So, all right. So this one, I'm just starting us off with a spoiler. I'm going to include a time here that you can skip to if you don't want to hear a spoiler. This is going to be about season 8. And it's not huge if you're a book reader, but it's giving those who have not read the books a little hint as to what is probably going to be coming up next. This one is shared by Love and Art by Vera Exlers. All right, she says, one more thing, a little spoiler about Claire and the bond she has with Bluebell. Okay, who is Bluebell? Let's find out. All right, the Ridge has certainly been quiet without Rollo, but there's at least one new dog who joins the family in the Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone book. Bluebell shows up starving and looking for a family. Of course, the Frasers can't help but take her in, wondering why she's ended up so hungry. She gets the name Bluebell by Jamie thanks to the bluish color of her fur. Fanny calls her Bluey, and she immediately becomes Bluey's favorite human. However, the question remains who Bluebell used to belong to. Could her master come back to reclaim her? Jamie knows that isn't going to happen. Bluebell has a connection to Claire in Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone, and Jamie makes it clear that he left Bluebell at the grave of her former master. So her master is dead, and that's what has led to Bluebell's deteriorating state. It's still not clear how she didn't hunt for herself, considering she's a type of hound. Okay, a hound, so a hound would, know how to hunt. But that's not really the biggest question, considering now she has a family who will now look out for her. Claire wants to know who the master was, and it turns out one of the nameless men who attacked Claire in a breath of snow and ashes. That's one of the fellas that was involved in the group assault. That's the best way and nicest way I'm going to put it. That takes place at the very, very end of a particular, yeah, it's a rough one. But this the dog is left over from that. At any rate, this man was the sole survivor from the attack, except for Wendigo Donner, who did eventually return to the Ridge and was the reason for the big house burning down. We know that. Claire and Jenny saw him while shopping, and it certainly brings back some of the memories. However, Claire notes that she often pushes the memories away so she doesn't have to think of them. Bluebell belongs to him. After his death, Jamie left the dog with her master's grave and then left. However, it looks like Bluebell found her way back to Fraser's Ridge to be part of the family. And they do try to give credit to the author, but doesn't remember where she got that all from. It says, have a beautiful end of the day. This art available in my store. This is the artist who shared this information. But there's Bluebell, in case you're wondering. There's our Fanny and of course Claire. Ever lightening hair. I really want to see a white wig by the time we're done. I'm just telling you. And so it looks like a nice hound dog. It looks like a nice. I love the wrinkly dogs. I do. They're just so cute. Nice little bit of spoiler. All right. We're all done with the spoiler, guys. You can join us now in case you didn't know yet. Balfe Nation shares this. We're going to be talking about the cut after on the Thursday, the something or other. I gotta do the math. It's like the 15th, I think, or maybe it's the 13th. At any rate, we're gonna be talking about the cut. So, of course, a little bit of cut information seems like a good idea. Balfe Nation says praise for Caitriona Balfe as Caitlin in the cut from recent reviews, described as fierce and magnetic. She is perfect for this role. Don't miss her performance alongside Orlando Bloom and John Turturro, streaming for subscribers on Paramount Plus beginning November 1st. And we already talked about this, but just a reminder that you will be able to rent it on multiple platforms as well, including, I believe, Fandango, YouTube, Google Play. So you should be able to access this for a small fee if you don't already have Paramount Plus. I have Paramount Plus because that's where they keep all my Star Trek, the little jerks. But it says here, Caitriona Balfe in the cut. Balfe is exceptional here. She brings so much emotion to the role that viewers feel every ounce of devotion and pain Caitlin experiences. That's from the upcoming. We got a few pictures here. Caitriona Balfe in the cut. A mesmerizing Caitriona Balfe provides the heart of the film. That's not surprising at all. Caitriona Balfe in the cut. Caitriona is a superb and brilliant actress in her own right, but here she resonates with a passion that we cannot ignore. Love that. Love that. Again, Caitriona Balfe in the cut. You can feel her pain. Her helplessness can be felt through the screen. Whew, yeah. I've yet to see. I'm like waiting. I'm like waiting because so much is going on right now. I want to be able to thoroughly enjoy it and keep it in my mind, taste it for a little bit. Caitriona Balfe in the cut again says during the training scenes, which she is a massive part of, Caitriona shines in a role that makes her a standout. Look, you can see she got some bicep going on there. Whew. Go tough, Caitriona. And it says in this one, an emotional, textured performance that's full of grit, compassion, and conflict. Well, I think she had some pretty good practice with that on Outlander and, quite frankly, Belfast. Caitriona Balfe, the cut, just in case you didn't know what we were talking about. We're going to be talking about that on the Thursday, not this Thursday. This week I will be not movieing. But next week on Thursday, we're going to talk about the cut. So make sure you join us. We're going to have a special guest, Kathy Slavic, because she very rarely gets to help us. I'm changing the schedule just for her. She's awesome. She's been fantastic helping me out here and deserves a little extra something. But you too can join me on the cut. Don't forget, you're going to want to email me, Katie@katiescornerinSpace.com, and let me know that you would like to chat about the cut. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday. All right? All right. It is a first come, first serve, except one of those spaces is just taken by Kathy. It just is. Little more Caitriona here. Brilliantly Balfe also shares this. I love the quotes. We're going to do it. Looks like a long quote. Okay, long quote. I'll go through pictures while I read the quote. Sound good? I think so. Brilliantly Balfe shares Caitriona saying, I went to a very small primary school. There was, I think, 9 in my year. And I think at the time I was there were about 105 in the entire school. But it was one of those places for some reasons, especially in my year, there was a really toxic culture of bullying. Oh, that's right. A lot of the time I would have been the recipient of that. For what? Never mind. I do the same thing when my daughter says she was picked on. So for what? Being blonde, adorable, and brilliant? How dare they? I think it was very much in those years that it sort of solidified a desire in me to get out of there and have and travel. To leave and travel and see the world. I think something like that gives you this fire within you. You definitely want to sort of prove something, whether it's to yourself or other people, that you're going to make something of yourself. And that's from Caitriona Balfe in 2022. Absolutely. I can see that. Absolutely, I can. I'll tell you what. Y'all know my husband, my current husband, is a super wonderfully supportive guy, and before this channel was making enough money to help cover costs, fully supported me going to the different conventions. I am at least 50% covering my costs now, and in some cases, for some conventions, 100% covering it. So the reason I share that is because my first husband was not as supportive. It was really, and he'd have bouts of, oh, sure, you can do that, honey. But then the rest of the time, I was to be at home, taking care of the kids. Going out and getting a job was not that essential until he lost his. And I mean that I try to be a good stay-at-home mom. I'm not. I'm bored out of my mind. I would like to throw myself off a cliff when all I'm doing all day And all I can see myself doing all day for 18 years is the dishes, the laundry, making dinner. And I enjoy doing that. Don't get me wrong, I'll still do that. But I need to have something that I feel like I'm accomplishing myself, hence the channel. And going out to work just wasn't one of those things. So being married now, having the ability to travel, to share some of the cool things I do, to share accomplishments, but to feel that sense of accomplishment within and to prove to myself that I can do it inadvertently proves to others that possibly they should have seen a little more in me than what they did. I don't know. Anyway, I can totally see this quote making sense for a lot of people, not just women, but a lot of people who have gone through rough times where their self esteem has taken a huge hit and they feel like they have got to do something to prove that everybody else was wrong. So, when people say that success is the best revenge, this is the kind of quote that takes you there. You know, that you show that you have this ability, this talent, this likability, this whatever it is to kind of offset any of the badness that's been said about you before. And really, it does bring your own confidence and your own self esteem back up to the surface as something positive rather than, yeah, they're probably right. I'm no good. I shouldn't do anything. All I'm good for is doing the dishes or blah, 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 you know, that kind of stuff. So I love this. I love this quote. And there's a whole lot of white outfits that I would never wear because they would not stay white for long because I drop things on myself, step in mud, fall down. No, lovely outfits, Caitriona. What else do I have? I have some more Brilliantly Balfe sharing. I'll never get tired of listening to Caitriona talk about how Outlander and the role of Claire have changed her life. Well, then we should do that. We should do that.
I think it's really just given me a lot of confidence in my own abilities. And I think playing a character like Claire, it's such a positive influence on my life to be playing somebody who's so strong and positive in my job. So that's been the greatest gift that it's given me, aside from all the other fantastic things that have come along with this show. But just really, I guess, giving me the confidence in my own life that, you know, I can do something like this. So...
Exactly. Proving to yourself that you can accomplish something does every time boost your own confidence because you proved yourself. I didn't think I could do that. Turns out I can. I wonder what else I can do. So that's why I'm going to be taking a very long drive, the longest drive I have taken since I've gotten my vehicle. And this will hopefully result in me getting to Missouri in one piece. And then more importantly, Kansas City. Next. All right, this one is just for fun. It is the last bit for today, but I think y'all get a kick out of it. It has to do with your birth month. I think it's wrong on my birth month, but let's see how it matches up for everybody else. Brilliantly Balfe here shares a life in 12 stories, a race, a rebellion, a heartbreak, a homecoming, with so many incredible roles still to come. Your birth month equals your Caitriona Balfe character. All right, so I clean up my glasses real quick. I have rather... they're tame, but I have rather active eyebrows and, like, I can see the smudge. It drives me nuts. Your birth month equals your Caitriona character. And, you know, my birthday is not next month, but in January. And that's where they start, of course. I disagree. All right, so your birth month, January, equals the Money Monster character. She was a good character, don't get me wrong. It's not like she was a bad guy or anything. I just don't really think that reflects me and my personality, but we'll see. February is is Belfast 2021. And you know, tough kind of lady, but we got her laughing here. For March is The Cut. That would be one of my daughters. My eldest is a March baby. We have April. Your birth month is Ford versus Ferrari. Another really good character. I enjoyed that character. Not much of her, though, you know? She was the wife, so she saw her doing things every now and then, but not a big player in the story. Still a good character. Outlander is for May. All right, how do you get at May Outlander? I would like to know how they came up with these months. I really, really, really would. But so you be clear. And then we have June is Crush. Ooh, have I seen Crush? I don't think I saw Crush yet. I'll have to put that up there. All right, all right. Don't know much about this character, obviously, without having seen it, but digging her hair. And then for July, we have Escape Plan, also one that I don't know that I've seen. If anything, this is giving me a nice new list of movies I'm going to need to go watch. The Price of Desire. Ooh, that's a. Mm-hmm. All right, loving it. September is The Amateur. Amateur is that. I want to know how they came up with these months. October is H plus. H plus. H plus. I have not seen H plus at all. I know for sure. So again, making that my new list for movies to watch. Now You See Me in November. Now You See Me is a good movie. Moving on to December. Angela's Christmas Wish. Maybe that's the one we should do at Christmas. I don't. All right. So those are some fun ones. I was just for a goof. Let me know, but down below, do you match your month Caitriona character? Do you? Because I don't think I'm Money Moms. I don't think I match her that much. Although I know I don't match Claire either. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Are you your Caitriona character by month? Let me know below. If you enjoyed this video, of course, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. If you haven't subscribed, do that. If you haven't hit the notifications bell, do that. Obviously, I've hit the end of my video. This was kind of not a lot in it, but there were so many pictures for each post. It's probably not as short as I think it is either. So I hope you did enjoy it. Either way, always comment. Let me know what you think. Or, just are you that month? I'm just really curious because I feel mismatched. As always, a big thank you to my members. And of course, to those who contribute to my vehicle. Got some things going on with that as I prepare to make that little drive over to Kansas City, Missouri. I don't think I expect to see anybody on the road, but if I do, don't forget to give me a howdy. And yeah, that's all I have today. Doing a lot of videos today, so got to keep the momentum going. Thanks for joining me here today. Don't forget to share if you haven't already. And also, you know what? Do check out those playlists below because there are a couple of them with a few different kinds of themed videos going on. But of course, as you know, no matter which video you choose, I will see you there.